Ladies and gentlemen, come forth, for I have something to say. Come. I, Jonathan, from Whisper Tactical, on this day I have had a dream that gun owners far and wide and future gun owners could buy, whether in store or online, a reliable, a dependable, and an indestructible AK pattern 12 gauge for sub $500. And in this dream, I took 5,000 rounds and I put through the chamber of her. Now, that was until it broke, and that's my fault. I'm sure they'll take care of it. But what I need from you is for you to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I have more dreams. And then smash the thumbs up button and comment down below. Let's get on with the show.
Guys, before we get into this video, I want to say that I am very sorry that I chose to go budget on my audio equipment, and I'm suffering for that in this video. So during the shooting footage, audio is going to sound fine and then it's going to cut in half. Do not try to adjust your volume to be able to hear what I'm saying. I am saying nothing important during the shooting. Okay, don't try to even hear what I'm saying. Don't turn your stuff up, because it will kick back in and be extremely loud and it will bust your ears. So do not try to turn your volume up to hear what I'm saying whenever the volume cuts in half. And I apologize. I'm selling a gun right now to be able to pay for better audio equipment. And for that, I'm sorry. I hope you enjoy the video. You know, guys, I've always looked at the AK-12s the same way I look at that big girl in line in front of me at McDonald's. Sexy. Just sexy. And you want nothing more than to take them home, but you keep your mouth shut because you know you can't. You know, if you take them home, you're not going to be able to afford to feed them. And I always thought that about AK-12s. They always have to have the most expensive ammo, high brass. If you don't run slugs, buckshot, or magnum rounds through it, then it's not gonna run for you. That's why I was so pleasantly surprised with this JTS, with this AK-12 specifically, because it ran everything that I threw at it, even rounds that were 1,045 feet per second. I gave $399 for this gun, and I do not regret it in the least bit. Guys, before we get into this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and then hit that little bell icon so you can be notified whenever I upload new content. If you yourself have any experiences, whether they're good or whether they're bad, let us know in the comments down below. And if you bought one because of me on my recommendation or any of my videos, also let me know in the comments below. I'd like to get a head count. I'm curious as to how many people have bought one of these guns because of one of my reviews. We have the JTS AK12. This is the original one. I didn't want the T1 because in my experiences, the original is always the best. And I'm sure glad that this is the one that I went with. This gun overall is like 40 inches long. I think it's 39.75 inches. It's got an 18.7 inch chrome lined barrel. And it's threaded with Remington chokes, which was great for me because that's the choke that I had for my silencer Co-Salvo 12, so it worked perfectly. I love the fact that it has 4 settings, and that's great. People always ask, why would you want 0? Why would you set it on 0 to where it doesn't run? Well, for people like me who suppress it, because it's extremely quiet when you manually cycle it yourself. A lot of noise coming from the gun is the action cycling itself. So when you shut that gas off and the action doesn't cycle, you get a lot more quiet report on the shot. So, you know, I love that. I love the fact that it came with a pick rail on top, and if you've ever got budget 12 gauges with pick rails and you start running slugs or you get your round count up a little bit, you'll always notice that those screws never hold up. They either back out and you lose them, or the screws just break in half and the pick rail falls off. That was not the case with this one. Never had a single problem out of these screws. They've never backed out. Obviously the pick rail never fell off. My sights were on from the factory. Point of aim, point of impact, and they never shifted none. They took everything. I ran this gun over 5,000 rounds on setting 3 just to see how much of a beating this budget AK could actually take. And it's fared very well. It's just an all-around budget but of good quality AK12, and it runs way better than the Sagas and the Veprs. I love Sagas, I love Veprs, don't get me wrong. I'd love to own one. I'd love to own one of each. But when it comes to 12 gauges, if you want one that's going to be reliable, then this is the one that you want to go with. Now, sometimes they need a break-in, sometimes they don't. Luckily for me, I didn't need a break-in. You can go to TAC47 or Big Daddy Unlimited or like these magazine websites and get yourself 5-round mags, 10-round mags, 8-round mags, 12-round mags, 15-round drums, 20-round drums, 25-round drums. I've never tried the drums, but there is a gun tuber that goes by the name of Mod Max. If you're wanting to be able to run a drum on yours, go check him out. Comment in his section or one of his videos, and he'll take care of you. Other than that, we've got a little bit of cons. There are a few cons, obviously, and we'll start with this one. About every 1,500 rounds, my stock came loose, which ain't a big deal. All you got to do is pop the dust cover open, pop your guide rod out, and there's a screw right here. You stick an Allen key in down in there, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it, and you tighten it up. Now that we've got this open, let's go ahead and talk about con number 2. Hinge dust cover. I absolutely hate it. Con number 3, the insides, they're machining. Whoever did the machining on this, they did a cheap, just really fast, poor job. And it's not none of the materials. I mean, it's of good quality, but they didn't file the edges off. All it takes is it's like a little hook with it's shaped like a blade. It's a little blade that's shaped like a hook. You hook it onto the inside at an angle, and you just strip it down, and it files off that rough edge. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would have took them like 10 seconds to do that per gun. I don't know why they didn't do it. And another con that I didn't like was the fact that from the beginning, when you first get this gun, it's really susceptible to rust. How I got it to get over that was every single time I shot it, I came home, I wiped it down, and I put a thin coat of Ballistol CLP mixture on a microfiber towel, and I just rubbed the whole gun down to give it a glossy sheen, make it look a little bit wet, and it just kind of soaked up into the metal, and finally it quit rusting. You know, it took a while. It took about 6 months of owning it before it finally quit getting little rust spots on it. But I wiped it down a lot. I'd say this metal has soaked up about a 4-ounce can of CLP, and it's finally stopped rusting. But other than that, this gun has never had a failure that really stopped my range day besides the one you're about to see. And you know, it is what it is. Every time this gun never went, if it didn't go into battery, I took my palm and I smacked the charging handle. And the last time I did that, the last magazine of my 5,000 round review, the charging handle broke off, fell in the mud, couldn't find it. It is what it is. And, you know, that was it. My gas puck did break, and JTS immediately reached out to me when they seen it and asked if they wanted me to send them, if I wanted them to send me a new one. I said, no, don't worry about it, because I took the old one out, filed down the sharp edges, slapped it back in there, and it ran fine. So it is what it is. Had I just taken it apart the day that it messed up on me, I could have continued and finished the 5,000 round review that day, but it pissed me off, and I just threw it over out of the way and just went to a different video. So it is what it is. There is another con, and that's the weight, but with that con actually comes a pro, because the weight of this gun really eats up a lot of your felt recoil. I mean, 25 to 50% of your felt recoil is taken away by the weight of this gun. I mean, I can grab my little single shot out of there and I can shoot a round through it, and I can put the same round in this, and this gun is not going to kick me anywhere near as hard as a lighter 12 gauge. Yeah, guys, I didn't modify mine in any way. I didn't want to put any money into it because I wanted to see what it was capable of handling. I wanted to know what this gun could go through without having to put any money into it, just to see how long it would actually last. And you know, once I get a hold of TAC47 and tell them that my charging handle broke, I'll get them to send me a new bolt carrier or piston or whatever they need to send me, or maybe they can fix it. I don't know how they would, because I don't have it, and it doesn't look like the type of metal you can weld. But, you know, is what it is. I didn't have any rivets like back out or pop off or break or anything like that. Everything held up. Everything held up really good.
You know, there's been a lot of people that has done a lot of reviews on this just to talk crap about it and say how bad of a shotgun this really is. And with all due respect to those people, bro, you need to learn more about the guns that you decide you want to pick up and try to review. Because for me, well, I'll just say that this is how I've treated this gun the entire time I've had it. And we are looking at a 5,000 round review. When you're shooting this gun, everybody's like, just put it tight against your shoulder and the kick won't be that bad. Well, I can hold it really loose against my shoulder, but as I pull the trigger, I can feel my hand just slightly start against this. It's really reliable. So right here we're at 7 yards. I'm going to shoot the middle target, and as I shoot, just pay attention to all the hits on target and pay attention to how little my body moves and how fast these rounds come out of the gun. Ready? Go. So every single one of those were hits. I'm gonna skip the middle target. I'm gonna shoot the left and the right target. I missed once. Am I ever grateful that he did? Daggone piece of junk magazine. I knew it. I knew it. God, I hate this magazine. Yeah, and I knew it. I knew it was the one that has that piece broke off of it. Just got hit in the chin with a round. Those Federals thump, bro, I'm telling you. I got you soaked, didn't I? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just kind of...
You're good.
I wanted to let water get all down in the barrel. Just to see.
You just wanted to see me wet, that's what it was.
I just wanted to make you wet, baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's like an extra $10 on my next check.
Apparently there's still more water in here. Are we done? Like, are you done? Oh, man. Yeah. That's gonna hang it up. I just had to see, man. I've never done that. So for some reason it's not allowing it to eject now. And I don't know why that's happening. I just wanted to see if it could handle the water. But, oh, you know what? I wonder why. Those were the Winchester AA extra light target loads. So let's see if the uplands can.
You gotta make like a blooper vlog.
It's the broken magazine. It's the broken magazine. Yeah, those, sorry guys, these weren't cycling, and they're probably not gonna cycle out of this one either, and I'll show you why. Oh, it threw that one. Let me see if I can stand good and firm behind it. Yeah, that's why it's not running them. These are just extra light target loads. They're just not enough. I held it as tight as I could and it ran them, but it didn't like them. So let's put those down to the side. We'll see if the AR will run them too. Oh no, those weren't the extra light. Those were the light target loads, sorry. That was these. So they're light, but they're 1,145 feet per second. And the extra light target loads are 1,180. That doesn't make any sense. This is Winchester 1,145 feet per second. This is totally my fault. So it's cycling them, but for the Winchester 1145, you can't just kind of like, maybe you can, I don't know. The AA's would not cycle if you didn't give it a good backstrap. Woo! Daggone, man, that was fast. Oh, I like that. See how fast that reload was? Look at this tactical reload. Oh! Oh! I had to get tactical, sorry guys. I wonder if it can handle this. Plug. Told you it ran away. Thump, thumpity thump, thump. Ding, ding. Oh, I missed.
Oh my god.
Ka-thunk!
Wait a second, let me get that hitting the target in the back. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh! What happened? It's all of the water and mud that I got in here, honestly. If I could get the camera to shine in there and show what it looks like in there with all the, look at all the, you can tell where there's lube because it balls up like oil in a parking lot. This is Andrew, that's my brother-in-law. He married my sister. See, bro, hardly no recoil, right?
It's not bad.
Nice. Ow, I'm getting hit. Calm down, Johnson. Oh yeah, tactical. We're moving. We're moving. Get some, Alpha, Alpha, Tango, Bravo. Woo! There's a bunch of mud up and in there. So I really just want to, I'm going to blow it out with a couple of turkey loads and then see how slow it went home just then. God, dog. Dumper. And it's just, you know what? Let's just run the whole mag of turkey loads. Blew the mag back out because it's that one that's not locking.
Man. Blew the mag out, watch it fall.
Yeah, it's too powerful for it. So keep in mind, this is not the JTS mag. This is a Saga mag, SGM Tactical. I mean, it's causing a lot of hang-ups. So let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, I guess I should rack around into place. So something's happened for the third time over the course of 5,000 rounds. And I talked about it in my initial review and again later on. The stock starts to come loose, and technically I probably should have Loctited it, but I didn't. And it causes the gun to be able to bounce around a little more than it should, which ultimately affects reliability. So let's go back here, run another SGM Tactical mag through it, and see if it will run reliably. That was fast. My charging handle just broke off. We're done.
Oh, wow.
We're done.
That's interesting.
Let's count. 25, 50, 75, 100, 175, 2, 225, 250, 280, 290. There was 2 boxes in the truck. 315, and I ran 15 as this. That's 330, and I ran 2 boxes of slugs. That's 340. We were 10 rounds off of hitting the 5,000. I know in my heart that there's over 5,000 rounds through this gun, but I wanted to get 350 today, and I broke the charging handle just now by hitting it. See the break there? Oh, wait. 10 rounds out of this one, 350. We got it. But yeah, guys, I think we got it. If we're off a little bit, we might be off. I don't know. I just put a lot of rounds through it for you all, and I'll get a hold of Keith down at TAC 47, and he will fix this for me. But I'm going to go to the tabletop, and we'll talk a little bit more now that we're not out here freezing to death when I am home, warm, and in my little gun room. So we're going to put this away, retire it for a little while. I may send it down there to Keith and let him go over it and see if there's any things that need to be fixed before I run it again, because obviously I need a new charging handle now. I can't even charge the gun. But so yeah, guys, I mean, it took 5,000 rounds to break. The gun didn't go into battery, and I hit it with my hand, and it broke off. I watched it fall right in the mud. Don't look at that and say, oh my God, it broke off. I don't want that gun. You have to understand, like, I have tossed this gun. I've thrown this gun. I have beat this gun to pieces. I literally dropped this gun flat side down on the concrete walking out of the house on the way to do this review. So I will see you all in my office.